What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now today I have an unboxing and first impressions on the Asics DSLI X-Fly 6. Now this is their newer model of the X-Fly series, and this time around they changed the upper to a silky wrap instead of leather. So just like the X-Fly Pro 3 right there that I have, they kind of made that switch. Now these boots I actually got from Tokyo Football. So anyone who is interested, I would recommend getting them from Tokyo Football just because the prices are actually pretty good. They're pretty reliable. I've ordered from them a bunch of times already. And by the way, I'm not sponsored by them. I paid for these myself. They didn't send these cleats out. But I just always recommend them just because they're always reliable. So yeah, now we're going to check these out. So it comes with the Asics box. Nothing crazy. And the colorway itself, typical Asics where it's like a white base with an accent color. And this one is a white and orange. They do have a white and green, which I didn't really like. I prefer orange, so these actually look really nice. But yeah, this upper is like crazy. You guys can see right there, silky wrap. But wow, this upper is just fantastic. Like, it feels like leather. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the colorway. I like it, white base with an accent color, and I actually like this like orange, like red color that they have going here. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Alright guys, so here we have the boot itself. So this is actually my first time getting a pair of X-Fly 6s, like like this line, I guess. I was gonna get the X-Fly 5 a couple months ago, but I didn't just because I found out that the X-Fly 6 was coming out with the silky wrap. So I just waited, just because I kind of wanted to try out the newest model, which is, I guess, a good thing that I waited, just because the silky wrap, you guys can see there again, is fantastic. Now, if you just blindfolded me and I had this boot, I would honestly think it was leather. This one more than the Pro 3, just because it does have more of a natural leather feel. It doesn't feel super like sticky or grippy. The Pro 3 did have more of a sticky coating. This one feels a little bit more like a matte feel. It has a tiny bit of grip, but not a lot compared to the Pro 3. Now, I will make a comparison video between the X-Fly 6 and the X-Fly Pro 3. So if you guys are interested, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification. But that video will be coming later once I have tried these boots, just so I'm able to compare both of them in terms of performance, fit, and feel, and all that stuff. But yeah, this upper feels really nice. The upper itself is kind of padded. It does feel pretty plush, and it, like I said, it does have that leather feel. Um, the stitching is all there, and you guys can see the materials from over here all the way here. So you get a decent amount of material. I believe in the X-Fly Pro 5 it actually cuts off a little bit earlier. I'm not exactly sure. I think it does, and so you just get a little bit more material here in the forefoot. Now it does transition to this other material that I'm guessing it is silky wrap, but just not as padded. It is on the thinner side, doesn't really have any like cushion whatsoever. You guys can see the thickness right there, so it is thinner, and you could kind of feel the difference in hand, especially here in the transition. So here it is padded, and then it just switches to something that is a little bit thinner. It's not super thin, which is nice. If not, it would feel a little too awkward. I feel like the transition, it actually feels pretty nice, like a good thickness. And I'm guessing this material obviously is just to reinforce the midfoot, so it has a good amount of lockdown. You guys can see here, this is actually like kind of a plastic on top. It's not really, you know, it doesn't feel stiff whatsoever. It's still really soft. Here, it also is like a little bit of a fused material on top, and I'm guessing it's just gonna help prevent the upper from stretching or just rolling over. But I feel like it's gonna be, I don't know, pretty decent in terms of performance. We do have a U-throw construction, and you guys can see I really like that Asics does this. They put two inserts here in the tongue, so the tongue is not going anywhere. It's nice and secure. I hate when the tongue goes to the side. And with the X-Fly Pro 3 at least, that tongue did not move. So I expect this tongue not to move at all. Something else here in the tongue, hopefully I can show you guys. There is a little bit of padding here on top. Like two little pads here on top of the tongue. Nothing here in the bottom. It's basically like a thin microfiber, but here, you know, just to get a little bit of padding, which I feel like is nice, just because when you tie your laces very tight here, you might get a little bit of lace biting. So that's going to prevent it. So it's just a little nice addition. Moving on to the heel. Now the heel is the same material as the X-Fly Pro 3. That's like microfiber suede material, and it's just super soft. And the padding here is very nice. It's around the whole entire heel, here on top of the heel. Not very padded here in the bottom, but I feel like it's gonna do a really nice job of just locking your heel on top and not allowing it to move up and down or side to side. You do have an external heel counter, so it's gonna feel really like sturdy and stable. And here the back is just really soft. So with the X-Fly Pro 3, I found that heel to be excellent. It was super comfortable. I really like it, and I expect this to be the same. And this is actually a little bit more pinched, so this actually might feel a little bit better. But yeah, I'm excited for that. And with Asics, you do get an extra lace hole here, so you could do the runner's knot. Moving on here with the outsole, it is a one-piece outsole. And you guys can see it does have rivets here and here, so that's really nice. And the sole plate itself, it actually doesn't feel super like stiff. It is on the flexible side, so I actually thought it was going to be like a little bit stiffer, a bit more responsive. But here you guys can see I'm kind of bending it, so it is more on the flexible side compared to the X-Fly Pro 3. But you guys can see if I just leave it here, there is like a tilt, so it is going to keep you on your toes. And so even though it might not be, you know, super stiff, you're going to have that sensation of just wanting to be on your toes. Now moving on with the stud pattern, it is a basic stud pattern. So here they're basically all conical studs, and they aren't super long. They're a little bit on the thicker side. So I feel like it's gonna be good for AG NFG, just because they are conical studs. I don't see, you know, it's nothing crazy. I feel like it's gonna get the job done. All right, so now we'll move on to an on feet portion, and I'll let you guys know how they fit and feel on feet. Alright guys, so I have the cleats on feet, and yeah, they feel fantastic. Like, they're super comfortable straight out of the box. Like, this upper is just super soft. Like, I don't know, like, no complaints. Like, really, like, they feel great. In terms of the width, they have a good amount of width. Like, I do have a wider foot, and you guys can see they just wrap my foot perfectly. There is no flaring whatsoever, and so that's very surprising. And that's why I really like Asics boots, just because they're very accommodating. So if you do have a narrow foot or a wide foot, just because of the U-throw construction, you're able to have a good amount of adjustability. So if you have a narrow foot, you can like tighten them. You have a wider foot, you can loosen them up, but still get a nice tighter feel. Like, they just feel fantastic. In terms of sizing, I went true to size, just because in the X-Fly Pro 3, I also went true to size. And maybe I just have a little bit of extra space, but I don't mind that, just because I don't like my cleats to be very tight. If I think I went down half a size, I think it would be too tight for my liking. If you do want that snug fit with no space whatsoever, then go down half a size. The heel of this boot feels fantastic. Sole plate feels nice. It does have that rocking motion, so you do kind of want to be on your toes. So, but yeah, this silky wrap upper is super soft. It's already getting softer, and it's already molding to the shape of my feet. I feel like I'm being super positive, but like, that's what it is. Like, I don't really feel anything that's bothering me, and I actually appreciate that little bit of padding that you get here in the tongue that I mentioned, just because I do tie them very tight here on top. You just get a little bit of padding just to avoid lace biting. So now I'll move on to my final thoughts. Alright guys, so Asics DSLite X Fly 6 is a fantastic boot. Like, this upper is just amazing. The silky wrap, it was great in the Pro 3, and on the X-Fly 6, it's still really good. Like, it's still super soft, nice and padded. The fit is amazing. I do have a wider foot, and these fit great. So if you do have a wider foot, this is a really good option. The heel feels amazing on feet. Again, I haven't played in them, but like, just first impressions and knowing what I know from the Pro 3, I know they're gonna be great. But yeah, like, nothing bad to say about the X-Fly 6. They just feel fantastic. I'm just super excited just to see how they perform. Again, I will do a comparison later on between this boot and the X-Fly Pro 3. I just want to get some wear time in these. I will be doing a playtest, so make sure you hit the bell notification so you're notified for that video. If you guys have any questions on this boot, let me know down in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys at the next one.